Shut up and sit down.
Hello, my friend. You are listening to the Dance Studio Scaled podcast, the number one place for innovative marketing, retention strategies, and business growth ideas made just for dance studio owners. Now, this isn't your average business podcast. We're here to shake things up, simplify the hustle, and focus on real, actionable insights. I'm your host, Jen Dalton, and after 30 years of running studios, coaching owners, and scaling businesses, I know one thing's for sure. There's no one size fits all in this industry. You've got the passion and I've got the tools to help you take it to the next level. So hit that subscribe button, grab a coffee, and let's scale your studio together. Hey, dance studio owners. Welcome to a little bonus episode for you. And I'm going to be talking about the 3 pieces that you need to scale your studio and why missing one will keep you stuck. So this is basically the first step to a studio that runs without you. Now, you may want to live and breathe your studio and, maybe that's what you want to do. But for those who are looking for more of a blend to have with their real life, with their family and their friends outside of their business, then this episode is for you. Now, you've probably tried everything. You've tried the marketing, you've tried adding more classes, you've probably even added more hours in the studio, but you're still feeling stuck. Now, the truth is, growing a studio isn't about doing more. It's actually about having the right pieces working together. And now, when I worked this out, it absolutely changed the way I functioned. It changed everything, every part of my life, because I got the studio side sorted out. Now, in the growth room, which is an event that I'm running next Monday, the 3rd of March, if you're listening to this in real time, I'm going to be breaking down into the 3 essential pieces that create a scalable and thriving studio. And I thought today I would just jump on to the podcast and share with you the first step, that it's just that one shift that will change everything. But here's the catch, right? If you only have 1 or 2 of the pieces in place, your studio will always hit a ceiling. So let's get into it. The 3 pieces of a scalable studio. Now, before we go into step 1, let me just give you a bit of a bigger picture. To build a studio that scales, one that doesn't demand every hour of your day, there needs to be 3 key pieces. Now, piece 1 is the CEO shift, so the mindset shift for you. Now, this is moving from the operator of your studio into a leader. Now, the piece 2 is the scaling formula. So there is a formula that goes to this, and it includes systems, automation, and AI that is going to make this growth possible. And then piece 3 is your leadership leverage. So delegation done right. So you're not the bottleneck. You're not stopping things from happening. But you also need to weave in the creative and the passion element as well. So most studios are just stuck in a loop. They are working really hard and you are probably seeing some growth, but then it's max time, they max out. And that's because they're missing one of these 3. So today, let's just dive into the first step, which is the CEO shift. Okay, now this is the CEO shift is why you can't grow without it, okay? Here's the harsh truth. Most studio owners, they're not running their business, they're running themselves into the ground. Now, maybe you can relate to this, maybe not, but I get it, right? So particularly if you're first starting out, you have to do everything. I think you should be doing everything when you're first starting out. That's how you learn the business. That's how you're enabled to grow. But if you're still operating like this years later, then your studio's success is completely dependent on you. And that means if you stop, the business stops. It means that you have no time to work on a long-term strategy. And maybe it means you feel like you're always on and just never present in the rest of your life. So how do we break out of this cycle? This is where you make the CEO shift. Now, I want to talk about the 3 types of studio owners and, where do you fall? Which one resonates with you? The first one is the hustler. Now, you're doing everything yourself, you're exhausted, you're reactive, and you're just trying to keep up. Growth is happening, but it really is just slow and stressful. That's the first one. The second one is the manager. So this is where you've hired people to help you, you've hired a team, but you're still in the weeds. You're making all the decisions, you're micromanaging everything. It may be that you're still having to be at the studio every day. Maybe you're feeling busy, but you're just not in control. Now, a lot of people are sitting in this role, and this is where I sat for quite a while, this part, until I then stepped into the next one, which is the CEO. And this is where you're focused on leadership and high value decisions. This is where your team knows what to do without you needing to constantly check in with them, or them constantly check with you, which is a big thing as well. And this is where your studio grows without needing you in it day to day. Now, the problem, most studio owners never make this shift, or they just don't know the tiny things they need to do to make this shift. They're staying in that hustler or the manager stage, and they're wondering why they're so exhausted. And that's why scaling feels impossible. But I'm here to tell you that it's not. And it's quite small shifts that you need to do that will make such a difference. I promise you. All right, so how do we make the CEO shift? Now, if you're serious about growing your studio, you need to start thinking like a business owner, not just a dance teacher or an admin manager, or, the thousands of other hats that we wear. And here's where you start. You want to step back and identify where you are slowing things down. So where you are the bottleneck, you may have heard that term. You need to let go of the tasks that don't require you, and then you need to focus on growth, not just the daily operations. Now, this shift alone will change everything. But here's the thing, making the CEO shift is just the first piece. So without the other two, so the scaling systems and the leadership leverage and the creativity and passion that woven throughout, you are then going to still feel stuck. And this is exactly what I'm going to be covering in the growth room. Now, the growth room is an event which is being held next week, as I mentioned. It is for those studio owners who are really ready to step into that next level. It is not just another webinar. It's not just another masterclass. It's going to be real practical solutions. So if you're feeling ready to step into that next role, or the CEO role, and finally start to scale your studio the right way, then make sure you're signed up for the growth room training. Spots are filling fast, and you do not want to miss out. Now, I'm going to leave the link below, but also you can reach out to me on Instagram, just at _JenDalton_. You can send me a DM and I can send you the information. As I said, if you are feeling like this is where you're sitting right now, if any of these pieces are resonating with you, then you need to jump into this training, or just join me in the growth room. All right, everyone, I'm going to leave it there today. There still will be the usual episode out in a couple of days, so do not miss that. I just wanted to jump on so I could reach out to as many of you as possible so you don't miss this opportunity. Thanks for tuning in to the Dance Studio Scaled podcast. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other studio owners who would love it too. And let's keep the conversation going. Follow me on Instagram at Jen Dalton for more tips, insights, and behind the scenes moments to help you simplify and scale your studio. Until next time, keep dreaming big and taking action. I'll see you back here soon.